For the next 31 days on the FCPA Compliance Report, we're going to be bringing you a daily tip, strategy, or idea that you can use to improve your program. Here's your host, Tom Fox, the Compliance Evangelist.
Skills for the compliance professional in the 2020s. What should a compliance professional do to move themselves forward professionally in 2025 and beyond? I drew inspiration from a recent article in the Financial Times, Work in the 2020s, 5 Essential Skills to Succeed. In this article, Lyndsey Jones laid out 5 areas where she believed workers need to have skills to keep abreast of the ever-evolving marketplace. I've adapted this for the compliance practitioner. Number 1, adapt to thrive. For the compliance professional, most particularly the law school trained compliance officer, this means learning to do much more than simply reading a spreadsheet. You need to become proficient in a wide variety of subjects not taught in law school. Obviously, data analytics and learning to understand what data means is a big one. Of course, behavioral psychology will be important as well. No doubt there will be other subjects that come up as a compliance professional needs to become proficient in. You need personal growth mindset to be a self-starter. This is what you want out of life and ready to make a change. Before you know it, you'll have made a big change going forward. 2, be creative. Often say one of the great joys of being a compliance professional is that you are only limited by your imagination. This will become only truer moving into this decade. It also ties into adaptability as you must continue to grow professionally. Be curious, study other disciplines. Creativity will become one of the most in-demand skills and will cut across many sectors. Companies will look for people who can work with technology and make the best use of their creativity, even working alongside a cobot, collaborative robots that work with humans on tasks. This is precisely what compliance practitioners in the financial services arena are looking to do, and it will certainly move into anti-corruption compliance as well. Will you be ready? 3, develop emotional intelligence. While this is not a new skill for the compliance professional, it will only become more important in the coming years. But not only do you need good emotional intelligence to be a superior compliance professional, you need such skills to help develop a best practices compliance program. One of the keys to success of any compliance program is to create safe spaces for employees to speak up. An anonymous hotline, going to see compliance, speaking up to your supervisor, these are all areas that require some form of emotional intelligence. If a compliance professional does not have it, it is unlikely they will be able to communicate these traits into a corporate compliance regime. Equally important is that high emotional intelligence generally means you are more collaborative. While collaboration is a key for any successful compliance practitioner, the ability or our companies are looking for more emotional intelligence, the ability to communicate and collaborate. 4, become tech savvy. It will take much more than your law school education to become a competent compliance professional. You will not only need to understand your business and its process, but you'll need to roll up your technical ability. We may already feel we're being bombarded with different versions of software and new programs, but it's only going to become more, and those who will succeed will learn to swim in the ocean of it. Can you use Salesforce, SAP, Concur, or other ERP systems that are currently or will be widely in use? If not, you may be left by the wayside in the field of compliance. 5, build your own personal brand. Here, many compliance professionals think that this means marketing themselves to the outside world through social media, outreach, giving speeches, or some other form of personal marketing. However, this is not the deeper meaning of what a brand is about. Building a brand is about establishing a relationship with your customers, your audience, and your stakeholders and others. As a compliance professional, what is your relationship to your customer, i.e., employees in your own organization? What internal corporate media outreach have you engaged in? For those outside your organization, how is your personal brand seen? Have you reached out to do any podcasts, for instance, in the compliance space, or talk about something your organization is doing? Being a compliance professional in the next decade will be one of the most challenging, rewarding, and exciting professions for anyone engaged in. You have the opportunity to not only lead your organization, but also your profession. To paraphrase Allison Van Hooser, the days of lawyers writing compliance programs by lawyers for lawyers with Word doc and policies and procedures are long gone. You have to adapt to thrive in the compliance profession going forward. The Department of Justice obviously has recognized this in the 2023 ECCP when they talked about data being siloed and how the compliance professional must break through those data silos to incorporate data and information into your compliance program. 2, build your brand and deliver on that brand so that your customers, i.e. your employees in your organization, will trust you. So deliver. And then finally, be creative. As a compliance professional, you're only limited by your imagination. So take advantage of that, be creative, and you will make yourself more valuable to your organization. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox. I'd like to thank you again for joining me for this episode of 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program, and I hope you will join me for our next episode tomorrow. This podcast series on 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.